Let's get it. It is Bernie L. What's going on? Let's get it. It is Monday. Compete or go home. That's what we're talking about today. That's what we're talking about today. Compete or go home. This is the thinking class when spirituality and the game combines. You have the what thinking class. And if you don't get it, it is your own. You know what fault. Let's get it today. Let's go, 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 go. Let's go. Yeah, what's going on? Everybody, what's going on? Let's get it, come on. Compete or go home 2022. If you ain't ready, take your you know what home. Get the likes up, get the comments up. How are you this Monday? It's compete or go home. That goes for the men and that goes for the women. You gotta compete or take your home. Shout out to everyone that's listening. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Shout out, Bernie L. came with the 10 already. Dropping the money already. We started. LGA early morning appreciation for the content. Let's get it out. Grind in 2010 already. Come on. Let's get it. Come on. Let's get it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Compete or go home. Compete. What's going on to the editor? He's in the building. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on. It's compete or go home. 2022, either you competing or you going home. Plain and simple. Compete or go home. This ain't for the weary. 2022 is going to demand that you compete or go home. Take your lunch, clock out. Take your lunch or clock out. Take your lunch or go clock out. Compete or go home. Plain and simple. That goes for what? That goes for everyone. I don't care who it is. You're going to have to compete or go home. So let's get it cracking right now. Let's get it going. Let me drop the music. Yeah, it's original music. Shout out to Joe Blas in the place. Compete or go home. So let's get it. Let's get it. I don't know what you came to do. I don't know what you came to hear. But it's about, shout out to Sigma was in the place. What's going on? Compete or go home. It is what it is. It is what it is. If you ain't competing, you gotta take your home. You gotta compete. Or go home, plain and simple. Let's get it going, because I know let's cut through the chase right quick. Just waiting for everybody to get in. Then I'm going to what I'm going to be doing. Let me drop the beat a little bit, because I like it a lot. Let's start off, man. Let's take the gloves off. Let's take the gloves off. Let's take the gloves off right quick. Take the gloves off. Let's take the gloves off. 2021 has been one hell of a ride. It's been one of those years. We had ups and downs. We had a lot of things going on, but we made it. We got a couple more days before it comes into the new year. And what happens is, this is the opportunity for you as an individual to take inventory of where you are going and where you've been. What's going on, my dude, William? Good to see you. So this year has been one ups and downs and terms and turns and turns and turns and turns and turnsies and turns and turns and turnsies. But today, this week, before we get to the New Year's Eve, you got to think about this now. As a man, because this is a men's channel, it's plain and simple. We do have women here, but I'm here to tell you, either you compete or take your ball, take your lunch and go home. Plain and simple. I know you want somebody to tell you something nice and sort of cute and all like that. I'm not here to tell you something nice and cute today. I'm here to tell you something that you need to hear. Either you're going to compete or you're going to go home. And you decide what home is. And I know when I was a kid, when we played street football outside of my house, the grass and the concrete was out and the grass was out. So we played in the street. But if you get hit on that grass, baby, or that concrete, either you cry or you go home. Plain and simple. It is what it is. You went out there every day. You went out there every day. You played. It's compete or go home. But the first thing we must realize, and Bernie L sort of gave it away already, but let's get this cut to the chase. We think that we need to compete, which we're going to talk about later on this week. You compete, yes, you're going to have to compete with others. I don't care what people say. Well, we're all just gonna hold hands and we're gonna all just sing Kumbaya and we're gonna sing Christmas carols and we're gonna say I love you and you love me. We're gonna sing the Barty song together. You're not gonna sing the Barty song together. It is about those who compete or they go home. 2022, you compete or you go home. If you think it is not about competition, you have already lost the game. I don't care what day. I know everybody want to say, well, can't we all just get along? No, it's about competition. Face it, suck it up, drink the lemonade. It is about competition. And yes, you will have to compete with other people. You will have to compete with other people. You're gonna have to compete. I don't care what nobody say. Oh, we're not gonna compete with anybody else. It's not. And then the guys. It's a competition when you're dating. You're in a marriage, whatever. There is competition. Face it. Stop crying about it. May the best person win. Thank you, Lavisha. It is about competition. When you're out, when Lavisha's out there modeling, it's about competition. You want to have the best dress. You want to have the best strut. You want to make sure you move down the runway correct. It is about competition, whether you like it or not. If you want somebody to say, no, it's not about competition, you will be sitting at home with your lunch, eating it by yourself. It is about competition. You must compete. So you will compete with other people. I know people don't want to hear that. No, I don't want to compete. I'm sorry, that's not going to work next 2022. But the key I want to bring home today is the main person that you must compete with is the old version of yourself. Let me say that again. The main person that you must compete with is the version of yourself right now. You must compete with who you are at this very moment. If you do not compete with the version of the 2021 version of yourself, you're bound to take 2020 version of yourself into 2022. You must compete with the version of who you are. The competition is on. You can sit back, you can cry, you can whine, you can say all this stuff, you can make affirmations, you can make declarations, you can cry, you can do all these things, you can say Jesus coming next day, but you're going to have to compete with the old version of yourself or the version of yourself right now. You're going to have to compete with the version of who you are right now. If you do not, don't come in 2022. Don't come in 2022 crying and moaning and it ain't nothing changed. Everything didn't change the same. You must compete. And the person you must compete with is staring you in the mirror. What's going on? Angie Kane, what's going on, Bears? Shout out to you. I'm keeping with the old version of myself. Shout out to you. Y'all show some love to Angie in the chat room. Show some love up there. Show some love. You must compete with the old version of yourself. If you're sitting here waiting for somebody to tell you that, it's not going to happen. Y'all show some love to her, please. Show some love. You must compete with the old version of who you are. What happens is we get comfortable with what we're doing right now and we never go for the stretch. But let me say, I used to run track. When I ran track, what we used to do before, I remember I used to run track and my stretch partner was Paula. And Paula and I would stretch before our meet started. So we would do a couple stretches so that we would be able to what? Be agile when it was time to run our race. Many people, this is your opportunity to get that stretch in so that you can be agile for 2022. But I'm here to tell you, if you don't stretch, you will get a leg cramp. You will start crying. You will say the devil's after me. You will say this one is after me. It's this and that. Everything's stopping you because you did not stretch during this week right here. This is your opportunity to stretch. If you do not stretch for this next season that we're about to enter into, guess what's going to be happening? You're going to be left behind. Shall compete against thyself, evolve. All right, there we go. That is true. I just had an audition in September, and didn't get chose at first prize, and auditioned again, and I got in, and I was completely perfect, working myself, and had to compete with myself and upgrade. Come on, I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. Come on. You got to stretch in this season. If you do not compete with the old version of yourself, you're bound to be it in 2022. You're bound to be the same version of yourself that you were in 2022. And then you're going to say, well, why is this not working? Why ain't anything changed? Because you ain't changed who you are. And the first competition, and I'm saying it because I repeat myself for a reason, you must compete with the person in the mirror. You must compete with the person in the mirror. That means you got to do what? Inventory. If we were to say the Bible, it says work out your own soul salvation. That means you got to work out your area where you need to be saved at. So you must compete with yourself. And if you really take time to really look at it, you realize that many times you have not been competing with the old version of yourself. You've been comfortable. You've been lazy. Let's cut to the chase. You've been lazy. You've been so, well, everything's going to be all right. I'm going to just stay the same. No, you must compete with the old version of yourself. When you compete with the old version of yourself, you're going to find, listen, pay attention. I need you to put a number 2 in the chat room for this one. I need you to put a number 2 for this one right here. I need you to put a number 2 in the chat room for this one. When you compete with yourself, I'm going to tell you who you're going to find. Put a number 2 in the chat room. I'm always thinking about becoming better. Put a number 2 in the chat room so you can get this one. Put a number 2 in the chat room. Put a number 2 in the chat room. When you compete with yourself, something's going to show up. There we go. So we got a lot of 2s in the chat room. So when you compete with the old version of yourself, you find a new version that's been waiting to resurrect for the world to see. So what I'm saying is there is hidden gems, talents, wealth, ideas. Some of you mates, some of you, different businesses waiting to show up. But if you never compete for the new version of yourself, they lie dormant inside of you. They lie dormant inside of you. You know why they lie dormant inside of you? Because you have not taken the shovel and said, this version of myself does not fit where I'm going. This version of myself, this version of who I am does not fit where I'm going. So the new version of you has to bring what? New ideas, new possibilities, new jobs, new talents, new things that you didn't even know you had inside of you that's been lying dormant. You are sitting on, if we look at the book, acres of diamonds sitting inside of you. But if you don't compete with your old self, you're bound to live poor while you're sitting under acres of diamonds right underneath your nose. So you have to compete with who you are so that those acres of diamonds that are inside of you, there's ideas that are waiting for people in 2022 that would never have been thought of in 2021. There is so many, some things, y'all need to pay attention to now because I'm here now. Some things could not show up in 2021 because the version of you couldn't handle it. But if you tap into the new version of who you are, those diamonds, those things inside of you are waiting to come forth, and you will reap the harvest from them. I'm trying to help somebody. I'm trying to help somebody right now. You got to compete and get rid of the old version of who you are. I know it's comfortable, it look good. Well, I just changed again. You have to do it. I must do a playback of myself to see how I did in more effective, faster, and better than before, like football. Yes, you got to go back. Thank you, Bernie L, for that good example. You got to go back and look at the tapes, because you'll see where you miss it at. But this version of you cannot go into 2022 because the new version of you demands and commands for you to go to the next level. So that means you're going to have to compete on another level. If you're about to stay the same, just think this broadcast for you. If you want somebody to hold your hand and just say everything is going to be all right, this is not the broadcast for you. This is not it. Look at the tapes and rewrite the script. That's it, right? Come on. If not, you're going to, the ideas, I hear somebody ditches for someone. The ideas that are sitting, they're like let me give you how I see it. The ideas that are there is like a pot sitting on a stove that's boiling in 2021. So you're that pot, and the ideas are the waters that are boiling inside of you, waiting to come forward. But guess what? If you never turn the heat up, your water will always stay lukewarm. Your water will always stay lukewarm. But there's ideas bubbling. Good to see you, Rain and Womb. There's ideas for you sitting inside of you, waiting to come forward. There's someone who's listening to this. And I know I'm trying to turn in some way, but if someone's listening to this, there are ideas and business plans sitting in you that you have not stepped out on because it wasn't for 2021. It's actually for 2022. And the reason why you couldn't do it because you were in preparation for what was about to happen, because you have to turn the corner and let go of the old you so you can embrace the new you that has the new ideas. But I'm just talking right now. Compete with ourselves in daily 2022 is the perfect prep for our 2024. Passing through LDA Thinking Class. Good to see you. Keep pushing. If you're looking for somebody to hold your hand, I'm not going to do it today. If you want me to just feel sorry for you, I'm not going to do it. If you're looking for victimhood, I'm not going to do it today. I'm not this not the broadcast where you can turn off, go listen to your fairy stories, go listen to that as the world turns. This is for people who know inside, who are part of the thinking class, who are thinking but putting forth execution or putting action for it, to realize my version that I have now is not good enough for 2022. It is not. Well, it is. I don't care. I know everybody say you look good, everything is fine. I may need to lose weight. I may need to go to the gym. I may need to go look at a business idea. I may need to take a course. I may need to go talk to so-and-so. I may need to go over here, because your new version demands a new actions from you. The new version of you demands what? Different actions than what you took in 2021. You think 21 was something, wait till 22. But if you catch what Angie said, she said something very key. You have to go look at the tapes, rewrite them, rewrite the script. Most people on YouTube are not going to tell you this because they don't want you to compete, because you become a threat to them. Just be very clear. Most people are not going to tell you this because they do not want you to compete, because now you become a threat to you. I want you to compete. I want you to go after it. I want you to come back in the midway through 2022 and say, look, LDA, look what I have done. I competed with the old version of myself, and now look where I'm at. Most people don't realize it takes a strong ego. It takes a strong hunger. It takes something inside you say, I got to have better. I have to compete. Yes, had to, and the focus. Yeah, but you guys stay on my mind. Okay. Good to see you. Good to see you. So I want you to realize, I know I talk about the game and everything like that. I understand that I talk about all these things, but I want you to get this. I want this to sink down inside of your mind, your soul, and your spirit, that you have to compete coming in 2022. If you do not, you will go home and someone else will take your lunch. You have to compete. And the person first that you have to compete with is the version is you. But let me tell you what, let me get a little bit more detail about competing with the old version of with you, because I can sort of glaze over. I can go deep. You must compete with your old mindset that you have in 2021. You must compete with the old mindset that you have in 2021. See, this mindset will hold you captive. You'll be in 2021 in April and still thinking about what happened in 2021. So you have to compete with this mindset that you have. Okay, we can talk about the actions that you need to do, but what mindset is holding you up in 2021? This is your opportunity from Monday to Friday, or to Saturday, actually, to actually look at your mindset. What am I? What is holding me back? Well, what will hold me back in 2022? It's the mindset. So you got to compete with this mindset that you have, how things should be. Well, we used to do it this way. Now we're going to continue to do it that way. No, it is the mindset that you're going to have to compete with. You're going to have to shadow box almost with it. Because what it's going to do is, well, we've been eating McDonald's. Why do we got to stop eating McDonald's now? Because my mindset and my body says I can't eat McDonald's anymore. I'm going in 2022 healthy, wealthy, and wise. So certain things I can't do. So you're going to have to compete with your mindset. And you think that your mindset is weak. It is not weak. You're going to constantly have to put it in check. You're going to actually have to tell your mindset, no, we're thinking this. I want to cuss that person out. No, we're not going to cuss them out this time. We're going to extend a little grace to them. But if they cross me, they will get these hands. Started my first live stream 2001, only 10 grand, but it's going good. Good to see. Fear so good. Good. Now you're ready to compete. This ain't no when you understand you're fighting what on your mindset. Mindsets turns into what? Habits. And habits turns into what? You completely keep doing it over in a routine. And what happened is you're in an internal loop. What's going on, Tara? You're in an internal loop because you have not competed with your old mindset. If this is resonating with you, let me know in the chat room. Let me know in the chat room. 12:59. And I do have some predictions for for 2022. And you know how we do over here when we're talking, and when I say predictions, don't be thinking I'm about to be Miss Cleo and I'm going to know anybody be no Miss Cleo kind of stuff. It ain't going to be no crazy this. No, you already know. You already know. Yep. A changed mindset will bring forth execution. So if this is resonating with you, let me know in the chat room. And I do have some predictions for 2022. Some things are going to happen that I see is going to happen. So you definitely want to pay attention this week on when I'm beginning to talk about that, because when we begin to tap into that level, it's all over. But I want you to understand your competition is first with your old self. Yes, you will have to compete with others, but your main competition is with your own mindset, it's your old ways of doing things, your old ways of 2021. You must be able to be, I seen the word in the chat room, adaptable. You must be adaptable and willing to change. We talked about that all this week, all this year. That's part of being in the game. But for you to compete, you got to get, let me say this. So I see a lot of chatter in the chat room. Let me say this for some people. Some of you are competing in the wrong weight class. Some of you are competing in the wrong weight class. That's why you keep getting all the wins. In order for you to go to the next weight class, there's some prerequisites you're going to need to do. You're competing in the wrong weight class. You're competing within the wrong weight class. That means you're going to have to do some things in this stretch between now and Friday or Saturday and beyond that get you into a different weight class that's going to cause you to have more money, that's going to have more success, that's going to cause you to have another level of wisdom. When you realize that you've been competing in the wrong weight class, or you've been competing in the weight class of 2021 and not 2022. Are you willing to go to the next weight class? That's the question. Are you willing to go to the next weight class and compete? See, it's comfortable to compete in this weight class because you winning everything. You're in featherweight, you knocking everybody out. But go up to the next weight class and see what happens. Most people don't want to go up to the next weight class because it's going to require this word that most people this is going to require something that most people don't want to do. It's going to require that I need everyone on the same page. I know we sharing the channels, but I want you guys to share that at the end of the broadcast. Much nothing but love for everybody. You know how LD, I got nothing but love for everybody. But most people don't realize in order for you to go to the next weight class, you're going to have to sacrifice. You're going to have to sacrifice. In order for you to go to the next weight class and to compete at the next level, something's going to have to be sacrificed. Something's going to have to be sacrificed. Everyone, you realize that you may have to change trainers when you go to the next weight class. You realize you may have to change your diet because you're going to the different weight class. You realize instead of doing 2 miles, now you got to do 5 miles. You got to realize something's going to be sacrificed in order for you to go to the next weight class so that you can compete with a better version of who you are. And most people do not want to make that sacrifice. That's why they make New Year's resolutions and declarations at the beginning of the year, but they never put in the fact that when they compete for this New Year's resolutions and these declarations and all like that, that is going to entail that you have to sacrifice to go to the next level. Bernie L, you're right in the spirit. That's it. You will lose friends, relatives, and even family members once you start shining and evolving. That's it. Confirmation, because I told myself traveling will have to be put on hold. You're going to have to something will have to be in order for you to compete at the next level. Whatever you're doing, something's going to have to be sacrificed. I know people don't want to hear that word. No, I don't want to hear that. Something's going to have to. When I go to Saks Fifth Avenue, and when I go to Saks, I think it's Saks, and I forget what other store I went to this weekend. They realize that they sacrifice what Walmart is not willing to sacrifice. Saks sacrifices excellence. They do not sacrifice excellence at no cost, but Walmart does. There is a price tag for you going to the next level and competing, and it's going to be a sacrifice. And if you do not want to sacrifice, baby, this ain't the channel for you. This ain't 2022 ain't for you. Go sit home, go put your thumb in your mouth, and go sit down. You will have to sacrifice. If you're starting a business, hint, hint, some things that you want to do was going to what? You got to sacrifice. You can't go out and kick it because you sacrifice. If you're looking to go into a relationship, some of your single friends, they got to be sacrificed. Just plain and simple. They can't go. I know they're cool. They was down with you since third grade, but I'm in a relationship right now. You got to realize somewhere there got to be a sacrifice so that you can compete at the next level and walk in excellence. Something has to be sacrificed. Most people want something most people want stuff for free. And then they get mad when they see people who are doing what they're doing and doing it well and don't understand the sacrifice that this person went through, to the price they paid to walk in the level that they're in right now, because they decided to compete at a different level. They don't know the sacrifice. Are you willing to pay the price for the next level? Are you willing to pay the price to compete at the next level? If you want to compete at the Walmart level, at the corner store, 7-Eleven level, stay there if you want to. But if you want to compete like Saks Fifth Avenue, if you want to compete like Neiman Marcus, that means you're going to have to sacrifice something. Shout out to you, Jonathan W. You're going to have to sacrifice something. I know we in this easy bake oven mentality. Everybody want to just mix it up, put it in the easy bake oven and eat. They want the microwave relationship, microwave business, microwave stream, microwave thing. It is a sacrifice. Must be willing to release some old dead weight to climb to and compete to the next level. Oh my God. Look at this, right on time. You must be willing to sacrifice. John, oh man, you know I ain't take the gloves off, man. I mean, it's for, how do we do this green thing, man? It ain't even Leprechaun Day.
You got the same email, right?
We can't make this up. We can't make this up. But I'm saying, man, in order for people to compete to the next level, there has to be a level of sacrifice that has to take place. Let me ask Jono, because he just came in here and I know he looking at me like, where is he going? Jono, did you have to sacrifice to run your business? How long has you been running it for these many years?
Of course. I had to sacrifice time. I had to sacrifice comfort. I had to sacrifice relationships. I had to decide what was going to be the priority. And guess what? You just can't juggle it all. some people are good at it, but even the ones who could do it best, they sacrifice something to get there. Some of them say, "Oh, I wish I had kids earlier. Oh, I wish I got married earlier. Oh, I wish, I." Or some people wish they went into business and they went and started a family first, and then they found out how hard it was to do it all together, and they can't get as far as they could go. You sacrifice something. You always sacrifice something.
You got that, but you sacrifice so that you can compete at a higher level.
Mm-hmm. We know that if you spread it all around, you're not going to get anywhere. They always say, jack of all trades and the master of none. How are you going to be the master of something if you don't give something up?
Wait a minute. How are you going to be the master of anything if you're not willing to do, man? If people knew what we sacrifice, I know what you sacrifice, I know what I have to sacrifice to do this stream Monday through Friday. Yeah. When I want to kick it, where I could be riding my bike.
I should be driving my new post office now. I could have more time to go and get food in Newark and hang around, whatever. I said, no, let me jump on the thinking class because I'll make a sacrifice to share. And yeah, I could have had more time later, but I'll figure it out. I'd rather put my time and energy where it's worth it. Right. I'd rather improve on my mastery.
Whoa. So in order for you to compete, you realize to compete at a different weight class, you're going to have to sacrifice. So that you can walk into a level of what? Mastery in 2022. How much more can we say if you don't get this?
You're gonna have to sacrifice. Like a lot of people this week have to sacrifice their whole week and reflect on what happened this year, or else you're gonna walk in the next year doing the same things. You better sacrifice this week and stop doing the same thing and think about what you did all year. Give yourself a report and find out what went wrong so you could do it better next year. That's going to take a sacrifice.
Dude, you didn't hear the broadcast. We said that too. I said you get Angela, who colleague of mine, she put in there, go back and look at the tapes and rewrite the script. You're going to have to do that. Or you're going to be bound to status. You're going to take 2021 into 2022 if you're not willing to compete and sacrifice for the next level. It's going to cost it will cost you something. It may cost you friends. It may cost you some family members. It may cost you some opinions that you have. It's going to cost you something. And if you don't want it, don't do it. Stay in 2021. But the thinking class, baby, we on the rise. And if you look at it, I don't know how we did it, but we actually came up with this green on today. And I never wear this shirt. Ever.
Do you ever see me wearing a green shirt?
No.
You can go back in all the archives. I don't wear a green shirt.
So we are in the spirit today. Someone needs to hear what we're saying because you got a week. With John, when I used to run track, and I said this earlier, when I used to run track, I had my stretch partner was Paula. So she was stretching me out, and I would stretch her out before we ran the meet. This week is people's opportunity to stretch for what they're about to enter into for 2022.
If you want to get past what you're doing, you got to get stretched. You got to stretch past what you're going through right now. You cannot get the goal that you're looking for, which is above what you have, unless you stretch. You're going to have to move out of your comfort zone. A rubber band's comfort zone is in its unstretched state, right? Mm-hmm. But in order for it to achieve its actual activity, its actual purpose is to stretch around and grab onto something else, right? So even though in an unstretched moment is its most comfortable place for a rubber band, you have to stretch it out and put it around something in order to maximize its existence. And that's what you are. You're a rubber band. You're not supposed to be in an unstretched state. You're supposed to be stretched out so you can see what your real purpose is.
When you said that, something dropped right there, dude. Man. Y'all need to catch this one. I need y'all to put a number 4 in this chat room because, put green in the chat room. Put green because I see somehow green. Look at the back of your thing. Your back of your light is green.
Mm-hmm. I definitely had a different color on Friday.
Yeah. Put green in the chat room because
I think it was this color. That's what I had on Friday.
Yeah. But it's something. Put green in the chat room because what I'm about to share right here is gonna be for somebody. This is for somebody. Y'all need to put green in the chat room. I need to see more greens. Put green in the chat room because what I'm about to say right here, dude. This y'all ain't gonna like this. You ain't gonna like it. What time? We doing at 1:15? We doing pretty good. What green? I need one more green. Speak on it, John. Oh, there we go. Okay, good, great. There we go. Even in Spanish, that's what I'm talking about. Verdad. So here it is. You said the rubber band, right? Full capacity is only felt when it's stretched, right?
Yep.
In 2022, don't get upset with the people who is going to show up who's designed to stretch you. Oh my God.
How about this? All you people that decide you get stressed by people, maybe you're being stretched and not stressed. Maybe you are being stretched to get into purpose as opposed to being stressed to make you upset and take you out the game. You're supposed to be stretched so you can see how far you can be staying and lasting in the game.
Come on. Are you going to be stretched or stressed? And you got to realize that the perfect, I said Paula was my stretching partner. But guess what? Who is going to be your stretching partner? While you might look at them as the enemy, they're actually what? Designed to push you, stretch you into your purpose. There, and if we were to go here, now y'all to make me open up the Bible. There will be no Jesus without Judas and no Judas without Jesus.
Shoot. Matter of fact, I mean, I'm gonna get upset about this.
Uh-oh.
Judas was given the instructions to do what he did to Jesus. He didn't feel guilty. He did not feel guilty for what he did. Jesus told him that he had to betray him. Y'all ain't gonna see that in your regular Bible. He said, I can't become the savior of all until you betray me. And that's why he carried out the assignment. It wasn't for, 40 pieces of silver, whatever. It's because he said he had to take the silver and betray him. Yeah. Come on, he was a treasurer. He was all of a sudden he's going to defy him. The only one who really dismissed his presence was who? Peter, right?
Peter. I don't know. He started cussing.
But it wasn't Judas. Judas had an assignment. And in his gospel, which has been torn out of the book, it's been torn out of the Bible. You can't find it, right? But if you go find his Bible, his gospel according to Judas, he carried out an assignment.
And who in 2022 will be your assignment to get you to your what? Beyond the cross.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to get you beyond the cross, man. Sister, brothers, sisters. You ain't want to hear all this. I look right at the numbers. But if you catch what we're saying, you got to realize people are going to be assigned to you in 2022 to stretch you, to get you into your purpose, to get you to where you need to be at. Either you look at them as stress, or you look at them as what? They're stretching me. You have to make a decision. Is this what I want, or this is what I don't want? But don't be crying going back to the old what? Weight class. We'll be trying to push you to the next weight class.
Don't be upset when life throws you into the same mess you were into because you did nothing about it.
Uh-oh. You're gonna make me put it. What? Don't. You better stay focused right now. Yeah. This is for somebody. We're trying to get you into 2022, baby. We got to get you to stretch and realize Life uses people to get you there. Oh boy, boy, boy. They don't want this, Jono.
The green represents the green light to move forward into something new. We didn't plan this. The reason why it's happening is because you need to see a sign.
Mm.
You need the green light to move forward.
Mm.
You need the green light to stretch. You didn't know if you were supposed to have the opportunity to get something better. You don't know if you were going to pull back all your reservations. You didn't know if you were going to put things in the storehouse and not use any investments this year. But guess what? We're giving you the green light to stretch.
Mm. You got a green light to stretch today. And what are you going to do? Are you going to sit back and play put on yellow? We are, remember the Wizard Oz? Maybe we had the green. Today is green. Tomorrow, yeah. No, we are in green. Go.
Exactly.
It's time to go. It is time to go. If you do not catch this, don't start crying.
Yeah, no idea. We're going to need the green light. The green light's right behind me, right? It's telling you to go.
It's telling you to go.
You got the green light. When you see yellow, it's more like caution, right? It's more like slow down. It's more like, I don't know what's going on. But I'm telling you today, you got the green light. You got the green light to move forward.
Somebody better catch that. Someone better catch that. You have the green light to go because you realize you have the green light to go because what we were talking about all the day, compete or go home.
Mm-hmm.
You can either you're going to stay this way. You got a visible sign by I don't wear this green shirt at all. At all.
Very rarely I wear this shirt.
I don't wear this shirt at all, man. I really don't. And I just happened to say, let me just put, and actually I had on my hoodie, but I said, no, I'm gonna take my hoodie off today.
When here's something funny, look, my hoodie's right here. I had it on. I took it off before the show. My orange hoodie that I wear all the time, I took it off. I was like, yeah, let me just, I wear it because, a little chilly sometimes. So
yeah, that's right here.
So I said, I'm not gonna wear it for today for the show. It don't matter. And look at this. We just thinking in the spirit.
Y'all better get this.
I'm not spooked out by it. I recognize the spirit in it. How about that?
Oh my God, man. You made me want to. And guess who? And Bernie L. already gave. Look at this. Way at the top. I got to find it. Boom.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate that.
Understand, we I'm telling you, there they go. They trying to, there you go. Look at that. You got to understand the competition that you have today is you're competing with the old version of yourself. Man, I feel like I want to do Arthur Carr.
You're already in competition with the version of you that was in 2021. You know that?
Yes.
I'm trying to visit 2022, and 2021 is trying to pull me back. I got to use this week to get my mind correctly about 2022. I don't want to be stuck in 2021.
Dude, you so inspired. I said it earlier. Because the competition is with the mindset. This is for someone. I know y'all thought we're gonna talk about some game and 10 toes down. We're trying to get you into green. There's someone who needs to hear this. There's someone who needs to hear this because your 2022 is calling you right now. It's saying stretch. You got the green light to go. Are you going to sit on the sidelines or are you going to compete for your 2021? I don't care if your mom, your sister, your brother, husband, brothers, I don't care who doesn't go. You must be willing to take 2022 and run with it. I don't know, dude, man. This is, I'm not saying this freaks me out, but it's like, dude, we are so in the spirit today. This is
Absolutely.
sports, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah, man. And while the world may be going through its birthing pains, some of you guys, if you pay attention to what we're saying, will not go through it. Or if you do go through it, you already have the instructions from 2021 on what you need to do in 2022. Man, I don't know what else to say. What else could we say, Jono? They got the green light.
You got the green light. Isn't there a song from Legend?
Yeah.
The green light.
If this has resonated with you, let me know in the chat room. And this is just the first day. This is part 1. Look at that. Sharice, I didn't even come out of nowhere. Angel number 51 is a symbol of spiritual growth. It is also a message from the guardian angel telling you to prepare for and confidence about the change that is about to happen. Man, Come on, man. I got to jump up on this. Come on. Who? Come on.
You be thinking we making this stuff up.
I do, man. I got to stop the music, man. Do you see this, man? It says angel number 51 is a symbol of spiritual growth. And it's what? It is a message from your guardian angel telling you to prepare for and confidence that change that are happening in your life. There's change. These changes will make way for some new beneficial opportunities. Your guardian angel wants to tell you to get ready, to be ready. We
sent those notes to her, right? We sent those notes to her.
Nothing to her, dude. I promise you.
We sent those notes to her. That's what happened, right?
Dude. Somebody needs to hear this. I thought we was in the spirit today. 51. 51, what's it? Look at that. Let me say that again. Angel number 51 is a symbol of spiritual growth. It is a message from your guardian angel telling you to be prepared for and confident about the changes that are happening in your life. These changes may make way for new beneficial opportunities. Your guardian angels want you to be ready to take these opportunities if they arise. Man, dude, I can't make this up. I wish we can make it up, but we can't.
See what happens when you're led by the Spirit? Spirit shows up.
It shows up. Well, y'all better catch it. I don't know what to tell you. Look at Sigma. He said, yo, that's some heavy synchronicity. Because we gave you the green light to go. Gave you the green light to go. That's what I'm looking for. There you go, the green heart. How much more? That we doing? How much more? How much more? We gave the green light. You got the green light to go. Your angel's been trying to push you into a new direction. Sit Jono and LDA by way of the thinking class to say you got to stretch into your 2022? How long will you stay the same way? Or will you stretch into 2022? You got the green light to go, to grow, and to go. You got to compete with the old version of yourself. Or you're going to stay in the same loop that you are in. Dude, that's my father coming up. You know that, right? Y'all ain't want this. Y'all not ready for this. Tomorrow we'll talk about competing with others, because you're going to have to compete with others. If this has resonated with you, let us know in the chat. Oh yeah, 131. We definitely got to get ready to go. So I ain't got the preacher music going. That's it. I'm like, my hat be doing like this. Tree limbs stretching towards the sunlight. Somebody better catch this today. You're going to have to stretch today. You got a whole week. Stretch your mind. We had on, how do we have on green today? Man, this is not made up. I did not say, Jono, wear green today. Ever.
I don't have it add up to 51 either.
Huh?
We didn't have it add up to 51 either.
No. Stretch produces. That's a preacher right there. So you know what that means. Stretching produces increased capabilities. Capacity, I'm sorry. Y'all better get it. Man. That's where I grew up on. Who's that playing in the back? Who's that playing in the organ in the background? Well, all right. This is resonating hard. All right. Now I'm waiting for the crescendo out, and then we're going to leave out of here. This is for someone today. Look who divine internal visitor. Go back and listen to the replay. Green, 51. Stretch, increase your capacity. This is your 2022 is right there for you. Happy holiday. Ted, good to see you. You're going to have to stretch too, brother. Somebody going to have to, Well, let me shut it down. Just because the outside world doesn't see your growth, don't let that bother you. Your growth at a rate you were meant to grow. Come on. Shout out to everyone in the thinking class. We are about to, man, dude, man, I feel like I want to do an article. It's so natural for me. You know what I mean? If you don't know that, you know what I mean? This is your opportunity to come forward. If you're part of the thinking class, this is your opportunity to grow. It's your opportunity to go to the next level. Your capacity to be a different person from 2021 is right at hand. And we thank you for being here today. We thank you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you for giving us the platform to share. Thank you. I'm thankful. Somebody's trying to call me. Somebody's trying to call. Thank you. Thank you, thinking class. Thank you. Thank you. I'm thankful. You ain't gonna catch me making a meme out of me, so I'm trying to like this. But I'm thankful. Man, thank you, Jono.
I'm thankful too, brother.
Man,
Thanks for 21, man. We learned a lot this year.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone in the thinking class. New ones, old ones. Thank you.
I think we both didn't even have the Mevos this year, but before this year started, right? We got the Mevos at the top of the year, I think.
And by
the beginning.
About to get another one.
Time to get the 3-packs.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Bernie L. Thank you, everyone in the chat room. Thank you. Thank you. I cannot thank you enough. Thank you for being a part of what we do. Thank you. This is your opportunity to grow. 2021 is your year. 2022 it's gonna be even better. I gotta shut the thing down, dude, because man, Joe, shout out to let me say this. Shout out to Joe Blast, man. Thank you for the Christmas, man. Thank you for what he did on Christmas. I appreciate that. He did he blessed me on Christmas. I appreciate that. Thank you, Joe Blast. Shout out to you, brother. Appreciate. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. You just don't know. Thank you to the thinking class. Nothing but love. We're going, man. I gotta go because I feel like let me end this camera. You think they got it, Jono?
I hope they got it.
Woo! Jesus. I wasn't expecting to go here today, I promise you. We were supposed to be competing. I guess we'll compete tomorrow. Thank you. That's the Pentecostal side of me coming up. the saints be, thank you, Jesus. Shout out to you, to the thinking class. Until tomorrow, this is Lawrence D. Adams. Jono, we are out. Let's end with our song.